We're live in Studio C. Just wait on the watch party, right?
I already did
You
the
ready
watch
to watch
party.
Wow, look at us. Like we are playing so far ahead. We're starting a few minutes late, but all the tech kit stuff is done together. I think I need to move this a little bit though. So I think that the camera, see the picture-in-picture camera is kind of blocked by the...
Yeah, okay, fine.
Whatever.
There's some other stuff we need to kind of tweak. Again, this is also where we get to play with everything. I'm going to do one more thing really quickly just because I can. Instagram is not getting this.
Sorry, Instagram.
But Facebook and YouTube and Twitter are. Everybody like our nice little intro? I'm going to switch to it for just a second. Ta-da!
Wasn't that awesome? So, in addition to vastly increasing the amount of virtual bourbon tastings that we're doing, 2 tonight, 3 tomorrow night, 1 over the weekend, like 200 next week, I don't even know.
You exaggerate.
I exaggerate. It's not 200
but
next
it
week.
does take a lot of effort to get all of these right.
Yes.
Because there's a lot going on to make sure that it's a good event.
Yeah, so in addition to needing to be able to do at least 3, and soon probably more simultaneous virtual bourbon tastings, we now have set up Studio C, which you're seeing right here, which we actually used for our first time this evening. And we are offering pre-recorded, customized bourbon tastings videos to go with virtual conferences, which has become a huge thing right now. So that's another reason that we set up this studio, and that's one of the reasons that Hillary put together that awesome little transition intro-outro effect for those, which is really, really cool.
So technically, you're wrong. It's not tonight that we used it first. We actually used it not last night, the night before, because we had to record something.
We did. That's
So-
right. Technically, the first time we used this was
Monday
night, where we did a recording, an hour-long virtual bourbon tasting cocktail mix and mocktail session for a really large virtual conference, which is a really cool thing to do. So that was fun. This is the first time we're using it for Crazy Cabin Fever cocktails. How about that? Let's make some cocktails, shall we?
We need them.
We so need them. Tonight's episode is supported by Hartfield & Company. We thank them for their support in providing us some products to use this evening. I'm going to start with Hillary's cocktail. So Hillary really, really loves the Kentucky Martinez. It's like a go-to drink. We've done this probably twice on the show so far, but we're kind of like expanding it and exploring into some other spirit categories and subbing some stuff out. It's kind of inspired a little bit by some stuff that Aston Locken said in one of the things that she did for us recently. So we're going to sub out... We're going to keep our whiskey in the Kentucky Martinez. We're subbing out the gin for this Hartfield & Company agave product. This is 100% blue agave, but obviously it's not tequila because it doesn't come from Mexico. So this is actually made in Kentucky, and it's really quite delicious. Now I do need to start, obviously. This is for my wife, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in there with my fingers because I forgot my little scoop. So I'm chilling her glass. We also got new glassware. Check out the new glassware. We've expanded our glassware collection. It's pretty awesome. So this is going to be... I forgot the Luxardo. Do you want Luxardo in this or no?
No.
Okay, we're skipping
Luxardo.
Luxardo.
It's kind of agave, so like, this is just kind of like, it's not actually the Kentucky Martinez at this point. We're really just like kind of basing it off of that at this point. It's kind of all over the place, really.
Has totally drifted really, really far from the original recipe. But I'm using 1 dash of the Angostura bitters. And this is going to be a 1-1-1. So I'm going to use 1 ounce of each of these 3. Using Carpano Dry.
Which is actually a little bit sweeter than the Dolan.
It is.
And so it's kind of been our go-to when we kind of wanted something that's closer to a perfect Manhattan, which is supposed to be half sweet, half dry. The Carpano Dry is a little bit sweeter than most of the dries we've been using, so it's kind of, it is a dry still, but...
The aroma on that. Oh, that's nice. Yes, sorry. Distracted by the spirit in front of me.
Okay, do you want to tell everybody else what else there is? Sorry.
So that was an ounce of
It's been a long week already.
Los Hermanos from Hartfield & Company, their agave product, and 1 ounce of the Minor Case rye whiskey sherry cask finished from Limestone Branch, which we had left over from a virtual tasting that we did last week, I think. I don't know. And this obviously is a stirred because everything is clear consistency. It's got the same center of gravity, and we just need it to integrate. And these are How's this showing up on the little picture-in-picture? It's a little jittery.
Picture-in-picture, the fact that it's basically trying to run 2 external cameras at this point.
Yeah. Also, it's very loud for the stirring. It's louder than it should be.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Uh,
Yeah, the stirring is really loud.
hold on.
We'll see what we can do with that. I'm going to pause the stirring for a moment because I was noticing the volume level.
Well, no, not just that. I think that I have to take that second camera off because I think the older computer is not handling.
Alright.
I saw something show up that wasn't supposed to be there, so give me a second.
This is why we do this show, one of the reasons. We appreciate everyone who watches and comments. We really, really do. And the feedback has been incredibly helpful for us improving our virtual bourbon tastings. We're definitely getting better at that. We're getting to the point where it's the second day of the week, right? Because Monday was a holiday, and we've had 25 inquiries at this point, I want to say, so far this week. Yeah.
Okay, I've
That's a
taken
thing.
I've taken a camera off.
Okay, we lost picture-in-picture. That's better. And either I got better at stirring. Oh, no, there it goes. It's interesting. I can watch the volume meter on my stirring. Yes, I'm stirring a little louder than I should. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, sorry. I was totally distracted by that. So, don't have a dump. That's okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm missing some of this stuff. We just have virtual bourbon tastings have taken over our lives, along with another project that we're going to announce here very shortly. And by shortly, I mean like when I get a cocktail in me, like during this show.
Are you no?
Well, it's out. It's out in the world now.
Really?
Yeah, because of the Garden Gun article.
Oh, okay. We decided on drinks probably 10 minutes before this episode because we had not figured out what we were going to do because we've got so many things going on.
That
As
is a
anticipated?
nice drink. Oh, wow. The texture, the mouthfeel on that
You're not using that again.
is
are you?
fantastic. I'm not using this again, no. I'm done with that. Mine doesn't have ice. Mine's a simpler drink.
Okay.
Wow. That is really, really enjoyable as a drink. It was also very full.
Yeah. I'm really glad I don't like this carpet.
No. You're not seeing the carpet. You don't see the carpet. That's how it is. Okay, me.
Just to try.
Just to try. I don't remember where she got it. And it's interesting because it's got carbonated water, salt, sodium bicarbonate, right? This is soda water. And we were sipping on it and we were like, Hillary was like, no, this is, I don't know what you'd ever use this for. Throw this in the back of the cabinet. We don't ever need it. I understand this product. This product is designed for a scotch and soda. So I made a little Ballantine's Finest scotch and soda with it. It was absolutely stunning. But I don't want to do scotch tonight. I want to do bourbon tonight. So.
Slow down for just a second.
Uh-oh. I need to slow down.
I don't know if you just froze.
If I just froze, Instagram obviously is a different feed, so Instagram can still see me. But maybe I froze on Facebook. Facebook? Like once a month we have an issue with Facebook. It's very strange.
This also may be because I'm using the older computer with something that I probably should not.
We're really stressing this machine yet.
Yeah.
Do we lose the feed completely?
No, we still have the feed. It was still doing the auto text.
Oh.
And you had just stopped moving.
Okay.
So Tim wasn't dead, but we were getting audio.
Okay.
And so this is interesting to see. So sorry everybody about the choppiness tonight. I will have to test and play with some stuff to see why. I thought maybe removing the second camera. Actually, I'm gonna do one more thing.
I'm gonna play with something else. She's got like crazy freaking software open right now. It's like, all right.
That might help.
Am I back? Do I get to work?
Well, you were moving anyway.
I'm
I mean,
back to moving. It was just choppy.
You stopped being frozen. So this may actually be the worst episode ever so far, since I've had to adjust several things because I've seen it freeze several times. And I know that's not our internet because I literally ran 4 devices earlier on Zoom with 2 different events going at the same time. And this is just one event.
This is one. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Tim
Anyway.
can continue his.
Back to my
drink.
scotch and soda, which is not going to be a scotch and soda. It's going to be an American and soda, or Kentucky and soda even. Because I'm going to use the Hartfield and Company. And the reason I thought if I'm using Hartfield and Company, I made this amazing scotch and soda last night, is this is a much more scotch style bourbon. It's because it's a much more historic style bourbon, right? They use a pot still, they use grain out fermentation, they're using smaller barrels. Like this is like a historic, like old school style bourbon. This is not a modern, column still, high distillate, big barrel, long distillation time or long maturation time. This is not the 8 year and 7 month 113.1 proof trying to win a double gold at some competition. No, this is like a big, bold, heavy, smoky bourbon. So, and it reflects a lot of Scotch character, so it's going to be perfect for this cocktail. Now, I wanted to accent it a little bit. I just wanted to almost sweeten it, but not really. So I'm going to use a little bit of the Lustau sherry in this cocktail as well. Now these two are chilled, so I'm just not even going to bother to chill my drink because I'm lazy. And they're gonna work out with the whole thing. I'm not serving this on ice either because it's bubbly. So I just am going to do 1/4 ounce, hardly any, of my sherry. Just right into my glass. Then my Hartfield & Co. Definitely 2 ounces. Yes. This needs to be a big 2 ounce drink for me. And then I'm going for, 4 ounces probably, which is going to be about up to there, pretty close to half this little bottle. It basically makes 2 drinks. And I am going to accent it a little bit with just a little twist of lemon, just because that's going to play nice with both the sherry and this extra strong soda that we have here. So I'm just do that over the top, rim it, drop it in, make some cool little bubbles. Oh, that's nice.
I want to do the transition, between, you doing stuff at some point.
Oh, we should totally do the transition.
Nah.
No,
I'll do it at the
All
end.
right. Oh, we'll do an extra. Okay, cool. That is so freaking good. So good. Yes. Yes. That was really good. You want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm just going to try it.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. It's just so freaking
Oh, that's really good. You want to tell everybody what you were going to say?
Yes. Did I get my cocktail back?
You get your cocktail back. It's more to your taste
This is
than it
just
is
so
to mine.
to my taste. This is so good.
I'll just get back to this one.
So in case you haven't seen it, in the Garden and Gun article, the secret project that we've been working on for a long, long time, and we've seen some of the cocktail menu development that we were doing elsewhere show up in this show in little tiny ways, but now we can finally announce it because it came out last week. So I got a new job. No, that's not right. I got a new title. I have the same job, still doing my company. So I was appointed as the first ever official bourbon steward of Churchill Downs, which is super freaking exciting. So I'm getting heavily involved in their entire bourbon program up there. I work very closely with Chef Dave Danielson, Chef Jeff Daly at Mount Winds, working under the guidance of Rich Sutton up there. And in fact, we just did a little video with Tim Laird for Secrets of Bluegrass Chef, with all of them talking about the bourbon program, specifically up at the Matt Winds Steakhouse, which is the primary focus of the current bourbon program up there. It's an amazing 350-seat restaurant, overlooks the finish line. It's up on the 6th floor, so it's like literally the best view of everything from the entire property. It's freaking awesome. The bourbon room has the largest kind of extensive vintage rare and very cool bourbon selection that you're going to see anywhere in the world. We have literally the largest collection of private label Pappy Van Winkle available by the glass anywhere that I've ever seen. Show me a menu that has more than that, I will find more bottles. We have Heaven Hill Pre-Fire 21 year. We have we just picked up some amazing stuff from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s that just came in. It's freaking awesome. Really want everybody to check that out. So we just there's a Garden and Gun article by Tom Wilms, where he talks about it. It's the first time it got mentioned in print. We're going to have some stuff about it in Food and Dining Magazine, which drops later this month. And then we're going to see a whole lot of media rollout around that very, very soon. So now we can introduce some stuff that basically Hillary did most of the cocktail menu, so we can maybe start to bring some of those things back into the show.
I was going to ask you if you were ever going to tell anybody that I've made some of the cocktails on that menu. Tim did the other half,
I
but
did the martini. That was about it.
oh, that was a delicious drink. That is part of. If you go back to one of the crazy cabin fever cocktails, there's a martini that's very close to what's on the Matt Winn Steakhouse menu. The signature cocktails, I believe, is what they called it. There are about 6 different drinks that we did that are very specific, that go really well with steaks, and I'm really a fan of the one that would
with
the
call
smoke, but there's a
that.
smoky mezcal and some other stuff in it.
Freaking
It
cool.
is amazing.
Holy crap! It's a good drink. Amazing with steak. It's not one you would expect. The flavor profile is rich and deep. We'll definitely do it on the show. They called that Poncho's Alliance because Matt Winn, who the steakhouse is named for, who was either president or chairman of the board or something, he was very heavily involved in Churchill Downs for a long time. He actually watched 75 Kentucky Derbies. Had the streak of watching them better than anyone else. But apparently during Prohibition, he had a big alliance with Pancho Villa, and they were very involved in the sport of horse racing on both sides of the border. And given the Prohibition, there's probably a little bit of smuggling going on. We just assume that would happen. Don't have any evidence of that, but it sounds like a cool story. So bringing the mezcal up to Churchill Downs is a little nod to the relationship that they had. So that was
I
really
just
cool.
realized I'm not on Instagram at all, so I'm just
You're
this
not? Oh,
talking head.
that's funny.
Hi.
Hi.
Everybody else got to see me, so I thought I would
That's
just
funny.
duck into it. Like I realized I wasn't in frame, and Tim's probably only half in frame at this point for Instagram. It's the only one that's running on a completely separate device because it's
Right.
the only one that I can't connect to all this other stuff.
Anyway.
So
Thank you all for joining us again. This has been cool. We're going to keep doing this show once a week as much as we can. Occasionally we may have to pre-record it if we have virtual tastings going on at the same time for clients, which is way happening super crazy fast. We have so many of these rolling in. So there. That's our announcement for the evening. You're going to see more stuff, and we'll start bringing the stuff from Churchill into the show, which is going to be awesome.
and people actually get to know now that I actually do some of the cocktails. That's not what I planned on doing with my life. I'm still a graphic designer. I still do web development. Built my first website in 1996, so not typical, I know, but that's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I
That's
just
it.
felt like I needed to say that because
Right.
half the people seem to. I mean, if I get into more cocktails, I really don't want people to not know.
It's a side gig.
Well, no, that it is a side gig. It
No,
is
seriously.
A side.
The value of the website that Hillary designed and the SEO, that's why we are crushing it with virtual bourbon tastings. People are finding us because we're the only non-branded virtual bourbon tasting company with a major web presence. And like by non-branded, I mean non-distillery specific brand. We're not one company. And we're getting so many repeat clients that it's just extraordinary. That's why we have 3 studios simultaneously working right now. We're working on a 4th and maybe a 5th. So.
And that's why this room now is going to be set up exactly like this,
All the
100% of the time, so that Tim can just come in and hopefully turn some stuff on. I've still got to tinker with some more tech. Because that's also what I do, is I tinker with all the cameras and the lighting and all this stuff. I'm probably never going to rent out a video studio. I know some people who do. I can point you in their direction.
Totally.
But for this, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you're a member of the Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild, this is going to be where I'm going to be Saturday morning. We're resuming our series, which is awesome, but all virtually, of course. And so we're going to do Heritage Distilleries. And if you're not a member of the Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild, you totally should be. It's all inclusive and it's awesome. They have fantastic events. They have virtual events with Wilderness Trail, Heaven Hill. Those are the ones that I've seen recently, obviously the ones with me, which will be once a month on Saturdays, starting this Saturday. So lots of fun things going on from this studio now.
So, as always,
It's a lot of updates. This is a totally random. Two very simple cocktails and a lot of updates, just telling you what's going on. We'll try to have some more interesting and sophisticated cocktails next week.
Sorry, since I am not getting all the email newsletters out since everything's kind of chaotic. We also don't have tickets online for this yet, but I believe September 25th. Save the date.
Yes.
Does it say the date?
I think it's the 25th. We'll have to double check. The next Spark dinner.
Spark dinner, save the date. For Sales, Kentucky. Really amazing food. Really great cause.
Yes. It's basically one of the only live events that we do. We do it socially distanced inside the restaurant. Minimum restaurant, the capacity is reduced and all that stuff. Freaking awesome. Great cause. They work on food insecurity for Central Kentucky, which is a particularly important cause right now. So we're very, very happy to support them. Yes, we will have. Just keep an eye out. We'll help make an announcement about that soon.
Normally, I try to do an email newsletter at the beginning of the month. Things have not been solid enough in terms of making sure that all the tickets were online for certain things to even do that. So we're going to use this for a little bit of announcements occasionally now. Sorry.
Hey, that's where we are with the show. It's totally different than it was 40 episodes ago when we started or whatever. Are we on episode 40? I feel like
41.
41. Wow.
So, as always, I'm fairly certain we'll have the recipe online later.
Yeah, we'll try.
Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be back. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All of them.
All this.
And I know Instagram can barely see me. I'm putting a hand in now because I know that I'm now in frame, and now I'm out.
Yep. And for everybody but Instagram, check out our outro. Bye.
Bye, y'all.